Hello and welcome to the Some People podcast. I'm not going to keep this short and sweet because I have to be the bearer of bad news, even though this news is fairly old. And then by the time you see this, it's going to be even older. So,
yep,
that's going to make this not even relevant news. Although the circus I am, this is going to be around for probably the next month or so because it's such a big event.
Mm-hmm.
And that is Kanon Shizaki is stepping down from a role from Ray to Getsu in D4 DJ, which I've got to say, I was absolutely, I don't think livid's the right word when hearing about it, because it's like, yes, I knew something like this was going to happen, because there was talks about her stepping down from the role at the start of the year, but then it's like, oh no, there's a chance she may stay in the role, and then by the time I'm like, okay, I probably don't need to worry about her stepping down. She ends up stepping down. And I'm like, yeah, I should have seen this coming, but at the same time was blindsided by it.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming, maybe coming.
Yeah.
But then when I'm like, okay, it's a possibility that's not going to happen, it happens. And that's what just what's the word I'm looking for? Thrown me over the edge, I guess.
Yeah, there's obviously those warning signs there. But I guess maybe... yeah, because nothing was ever fully set in stone, and
I guess I was holding out that bit of hope. I guess.
Yeah, and things looked good, and obviously with so much positive news as of late when it comes to D4 DJ, that little bit of negative news.
Yeah, it's just kind of not only that, but I guess there's some more negative news when it comes to D4 DJ, and this is probably the biggest disappointment of this year so far is that D4 DJ Double Mix is getting a delayed release outside of Japan. Right. So it's released on schedule inside Japan, but for some reason, which I have no fucking clue as to why, well, I should pardon my French, but there's no other way I can put it because I am a bit, I can definitely say livid about it because livid's usually pissed off about something.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I've hold off like going to other sites to see it because there's definitely sites there that have the episode up and that available to watch, but I'm either going to wait for them to get a fan sub or wait for Bushiroad, I guess, get their head out their ass and get it out here with a sub. So I guess you might as well continue with what you're going to say there.
Yeah. That is weird. It is really weird that they would do that sort of thing. I wonder, if it is just a problem with getting it like English dubbed or...
Well, it's actually subbed. I don't think it's going to get dubbed because it's an OVA.
Right.
Although there's OVAs that have been dubbed, so...
Or I guess maybe it could be just a problem with international licensing of the show.
I don't think that's the case because there's no real issues with it because they kind of own the IP and that, so...
Well, that's... Every country sort of has their own little jurisdiction. So it's like, how in the US there's a bunch of different shows on Netflix compared to in Australia. So
there's like a lot more corporations involved in that than just this.
Yeah, so you would think that it would just be straight out there,
Not only that, but they could have even just ported it out onto YouTube and have no issues there.
That would be the other way to go, obviously.
Although they haven't even done it on the Japan side of things, so...
Yeah, obviously then, it would probably be a little bit harder for them to get direct ad rev.
They should be able to, though. Like I'm pretty sure they're getting decent ad rev from having First Mix on YouTube.
Yeah, well, it would be additional, but... the fact that they host it on their website, they're getting that direct ad rev, where if it's being hosted on YouTube, there's that like third-party system.
Yeah, but also, you can, after it aired in that, this event and that, they had it available on Amazon and Crunchyroll and that.
Right.
But over in Japan, but not over here.
Yeah.
Or anywhere else from what I've heard.
So it could be even just completely by choice that they're doing a
well, they
exclusive...
did announce that, they will bring them out around about the same time.
Yeah.
But now they're like, I'm just going to... God damn it, this is going to pick it up.
But yeah, it could be like an exclusive release, for that that part of the world, which is still weird. I don't really.
No, it's not how
why
they
they do
worded
that.
it, because I'll just go and pull up the because I saved it on Facebook, the post they made about it on Facebook.
Yeah.
Where is it? Here. Okay, here. I guess you can read it for yourself.
All right.
I guess you can read it out to the the folks.
Update. We are unable to confirm the release plans for the D4DJ Double Mix TV anime in territories outside of Japan at this point in time. We will notify you as soon as we have an update. We apologize sincerely for the delay to our fans and hope for your continued support.
So I guess now I might as well shoot you the question, what you make of that anyway.
Well, yeah, it's obviously very vague. There isn't a lot of
I do
context.
find it, yeah.
Yeah.
Not only that, I do find it a bit of a case of gaslighting a bit.
Maybe.
I'm not sure if that's the right term to use there, but I think of it as gaslighting.
Right. Well, I guess, yeah. I mean, the plan, from all previous announcements was that, everything was going to be released at the same time, or at least,
Roughly the same time?
Yeah, within, the 24 hours of the Japan release. So it is, yeah, and especially, just with it, everything, coming up to almost release time as well. So yeah, it is pretty disappointing, I would think.
Yeah, and I got that probably a full 24 hours after it's supposed to come out.
Yeah. So
it was a lot of pretty confused noises going on in my household.
Yeah, for sure.
And quite a few, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. And it doesn't say whether it's technical problems with servers or websites, or whether it is some sort of other legal disruption, that sort of thing. So it's it doesn't offer any context. It's just, sorry, this is happening. We apologize, and we'll give you an update as soon as we know something. So yeah, it's
and I haven't seen an update since, or have people talking about the updates. So
yeah,
they've been slacking a bit, considering it's been almost over a week, I guess, coming up to a week since that.
For sure. Yeah, it is
concerning.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Not only that, but kind of jump in here. There is a storm happening outside, so if you're wondering what noise going on is, it's probably just the storm being picked up by the mics.
Yes, you might hear a little bit of rumbling.
But I gotta say, it's just kind of been such a downer week just because of those two bits of news.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So it's kind of like a 1-2 blow, and I'm kind of waiting for the third one.
For sure. Yeah. If you're ever superstitious, there is the whole idea of bad things happen in threes.
Yeah.
I don't really subscribe to that idea, but...
Well, there's definitely cases of it.
Fair enough.
Wait, so we just got to wait for a Chernobyl 3, fuck. Because we have Fukushima, which is essentially Chernobyl 2.
Yes, pretty much.
I wouldn't say 3 Mile Island was as bad as Chernobyl. It was bad, but not Chernobyl bad.
Yeah, or it could have been a lot
Definitely.
worse, but yeah. So yeah.
Great. That's fun to... Imagine if another Chernobyl happened at Chernobyl.
Yeah, that...
Yeah, Chernobyl 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Something like that.
That would be fun. Not...
No.
Well, the reactors decommissioned, it would still be pretty bad, but it probably wouldn't be as bad as when it happened with an active reactor.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. It was, yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Although I think they're still in they were probably in the process of decommissioning the other 3 reactors.
No.
I don't think they were fully deactivated. I know the plant was shut down in 2012, so they would have still probably been in the deactivating process after that, though.
Yeah,
because it's actually a bit of a, if I remember correctly, a bit of a long process when it
Yes.
comes to decommissioning reactors.
Yeah.
You can't just shut them off straight away. You got to go let them wind down, and that takes a while.
Yeah, it's a very long process for sure, and to do it safely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And it doesn't help that there's some fighting going on over there.
No, it definitely doesn't. And particularly from around that time as well, obviously things have been going on in that area since about 2012, 2013. So,
Although I guess once the dust settles of this war, I would love to go over to Chernobyl.
yeah, I've seen some of those like drone flyover videos and stuff like that. It's pretty interesting.
I would rather be on boots on the ground. I know the risk, but I think it would just be awesome to go through and feel what it would be like to be in a literal ghost town.
Yeah, well, they do tours through there.
Probably not right now.
I wouldn't think so.
Not unless you, don't want to get shot.
Yes, for sure. Anyway,
Although I love that Top Gear episode where they were like, were driving through, Chernobyl and that, and they're like, we don't want to run out of fuel here. That was kind of awesome.
That wouldn't be a good place to break down.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, as long as you don't break down in a hotspot, you should be right. And it's funny kind of like how the sense of dread you get when you see the camera crew taping up their car to seal it up better.
Fair enough.
And just the way the hosts reacted to that was awesome. But we're kind of getting off topic here.
Yes.
So I guess back to that. Well, again, I think, wasn't it last week we kind of looked into the reason why she did step down from the role?
Yeah.
Like, we can definitely see the reasons, and I kind of did allude to that condition she had towards the end of last year to the start of this year, which kind of had her out of action.
Yeah.
And I think that's the cause of it. But again, there's nothing really been confirmed besides her stepping down from the role.
Yeah, I would think so. I'd think, that makes the most sense.
Given what we have in terms of information.
Yeah.
Which
absolutely.
is not a lot.
Yeah. And, it's obviously pretty valid as well, I think. You definitely can't blame her. Obviously, maybe, the timing wasn't really the best, and, maybe things should have been a little bit more proactive, both from, her and
I guess Bushy Road.
And Bushy Road. But, obviously it would have been a very hard and tough decision.
Yeah.
Particularly, as the series is just picking back up, there's that forward motion. So, it would be pretty hard for her, I would think, of her not wanting to miss out.
Yeah, I think it was like, I think even she worded it as such, it was like, kind of a, again, she wasn't a fan of doing it either.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's just one of those things where unfortunate things happen.
Yeah, I know. And actually, I guess cement how much of a, how much it got me down. I'd say she was probably one of the, I wouldn't say the best voice actress.
Right.
For the original version. I'm just going to call it that, even though it's normally called the sub. I'm going to call it the sub just because it's a bit easier.
Fair enough.
One of the best. I wouldn't say the best voice actress the sub. There's a few others that were really good, but how the subs line up is mostly solid anyway.
Yeah.
So for it to even be in consideration is just shows how good of a job she did.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it kind of makes it harder to go back and listen to songs that her character was kind of more of a part of the vocals and that.
Yeah.
A good one is Brand New World, and a lot of the fans are having trouble listening to it now.
For sure.
Because not only was that song heavily featured her as the vocalist, but that song was focused around that character.
Yeah. And obviously that's a big part of it as well, compared to a lot of other shows, is that not only is there the voiceover acting side and the entire story with that character, and the role that they play, but then all the music
is tied in with that.
Yeah. So it's
a lot more connected to both the voice actress and the character than you normally would be.
Yeah, absolutely. So it is a bit of a 2-for-1 deal there.
Yeah. I like how you can be cheery, but I can't. I can't in good faith be cheery about it.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like even just sprinkling like some memes or just being a bit funny to bring it up, but I thought, no, I might as well just cut the crap and just be serious.
Yeah, fair enough.
Although I don't think my voice is doing a good job of that.
So I guess moving things along, theories of who might replace.
Oh, it's like, again, I've been thinking about it, and so has a large portion of the fan base.
Yeah.
Even some jokingly, like Chris Pratt was just like, and Jared Leto. Those are definitely jokes.
For sure.
Although it'd be interesting. With Jared Leto, I'd like to do it for shits and gigs, but at the same time, no, it would be crap. But I just wanted to see how it would pan out.
Well, yeah,
It's like a good like alternate universe thing.
Yeah, taking into consideration like his whole idea of being a method actor. So, you know, like how far would he take it would be really weird. But yeah.
I could just imagine him trying to make himself sound more like a schoolgirl.
Yeah. And like, you know, would he...
Japanese schoolgirl, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So that would that'd be very interesting, but probably very unlikely.
Yeah, I know, and it wouldn't work either way.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Let's go over to the Chris Pratt.
Yeah, I mean, that would just be much more memey, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, when they kind of did a joke article for Ruby with, having Chris Pratt voice Ruby Rose,
Yeah.
I did find that a bit amusing. But that was kind of my first time being exposed to that kind of format.
Right, for sure.
And I think it could work, although very slim.
Fair enough.
Although on that note, I guess perfect segue. One of the names that I see pop up a lot was the voice actress for Ruby Rose in Ruby Ice Kingdom, as well as the Japanese dub of Ruby.
Yeah. Cool.
Although, even though there's a good portion of the fan base kind of going for that, there's also a good portion kind of being like, no, this ain't going to happen. And you can kind of see why. Well, one, super busy schedule, so it'd be kind of, hard for her to do a lot of the live stuff.
Yeah.
But also kind of her age not kind of fitting it. But I find that a bit of a mute point, though.
Yeah. That's fair enough. And especially, you know, we don't know where things are at with Ice Queendom.
Well, I think it's going to be like an all anime run, so it's going to be 12 episodes, and I think it's up to 7 or 8.
Yeah, but, you know, will it continue for a second season? Or?
No, I think it's only going to be a one-off season from what I've heard, but again, I haven't been paying that much attention to it, so I'm not sure what's going to happen.
And, yeah, obviously.
Although I think they're going to do like another like kind of one-off season, though, of Ruby that's kind of in a similar fashion to Ice Queendom, though.
Right. Yeah, so that'd be interesting. But yeah, there could be a clash in schedule and other things.
Yeah, and I just, again, don't see it being feasible just because one, it would also cost a fair bit too, considering he's quite prolific in that.
Yeah. And, you know, maybe the other idea would be to like slowly phase the character out.
I don't think that's going to happen. Not with the way the kind of it's set up. I don't think that would work.
Yeah. But yeah, that... You know, because that could always be a way of, you know, if they slowly phase the character out in a way which then they could come back later, where then the original voice over actor could then come back, you know, once she's healthy and can do it.
I think, well, there's other roles she was doing that she hasn't dropped, so I think it was just probably having a choice of, kind of having to drop one just to kind of, I guess, reduce the strain in that.
Fair enough. And yeah, obviously
don't get me wrong, there's the other IP she works for with Bushiroad that I would have preferred her to drop because, well, I haven't actually looked into it, so I don't have much care about her dropping out of that role, although there'd be a large portion of the D4DJ fan base that would think otherwise.
Yeah.
Because, again, it's a similar enough, IP that it would have a bit of a crossover in the fan base.
Right. Is there singing in the other show?
Yeah, it's like another kind of like similar kind of to D4DJ, but not like so heavily DJ themed.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's more like an idol group.
Yeah, okay. That's interesting. Because I would have assumed that maybe, she's dropping D4DJ because of what you mentioned earlier, you know, the strain of having to do both the voiceover acting and the singing. So it's interesting that, Yeah,
and she happened to do that for two IPs, probably maybe more.
Yeah. Interesting.
Although, again, I think either way, someone's going to lose out.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And it was kind of the worst thing too, because I was having probably the nicest day I had in a while. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go look through, sees this article, and like, okay, this can't be real. So I was like going through the stages of grief in that. It's like, at first I was like just straight up in denial on that.
Yeah.
It's like, there's no way this could be real. Then as I did some digging around, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to go check here just to make sure. And then with the confirmation, it's just like, I'm surprised my jaw just didn't hit the floor.
Right. Yeah, it's
it's like devastating.
For sure. And it's obviously something that doesn't happen a lot either, you know. You don't hear of
short of getting killed.
Well, yeah. Other than death.
I have to say, the first thing that comes to mind is The Crow.
For sure. Yeah. And you've got a couple with like The Simpsons as well, just because it's been around for so
long. Yeah. Actually, well, I guess on the note of bad things happening, the voice of Archer's mother has passed away.
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure how long ago that was.
I think that was that last year, I think.
We're back.
Like yeah, I think that might have been last year. Yeah, that was a crappy one.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, she was awesome.
Yeah, I did an absolute killer job in that show.
Yeah, and I really liked her. She's in Arrested Development as well.
I think didn't she show up in a couple of horror films?
Maybe. Yeah, not sure, but yeah, it was really cool.
Great. So on that note, any more tragic things when it comes to actors and actresses, as well as voice actors and voice actresses?
It's a good question.
There's nothing else that come to mind.
Yeah, not really.
I just kind of realised this is more of a downer episode than my forward.
A little bit.
Well, I guess that's the only laugh I'm going to get out of it.
Fair enough.
Should I say, can we fire the thing back up so we can see how long we're going for?
Yeah.
Because the whole point of this was supposed to be shorter than what the average episode. Right. So it's kind of getting to the point where we should probably start wrapping things up.
Yeah. Fair enough. Any last points? Any hopes?
Well, short of hoping that they fix up whatever's going on with Double Mix, not really much.
Fair enough.
Although there was this one post that I absolutely loved, and I don't know why I didn't like, but like the replacement for Ray Tagetsu's voice actor was her voice actor, and I just kind of the amount of copium needed to do something like that, but also kind of I guess it was also a bit of the copium I needed in that.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Just because I think it's at that point, I don't think either way it's going to be just tough replacing her.
Yeah.
So no matter what you do, there's going to be people that are not going to be happy, and I'm probably not going to be happy.
Absolutely. There was also the one theory that I think we came up with last week of doing like an AI replication of the character and using all the IP from that voiceover actor to see if they can go that way. So instead of replacing her with someone new, getting an AI to
replicate her voice, I guess.
Which that would be really interesting.
I guess I got my joke one. Jen Taylor.
Right. Yeah, fair enough.
I'm trying to think she's actually been in quite a few more roles than I remember. I remember what her role as Katana from the Halo franchise, as well as Salem from Ruby. That's not, I would say notable, but at the same time not really. But a real notable one was what was it? Yeah, I think I mentioned Zoe from Left 4 Dead, didn't I?
Yes. Yeah. That's the other.
Cortana. I know there was another one. It was a film, I think.
Yeah, there is a couple that you're like, oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah.
It's blanking.
Yeah, I know.
As well.
It sucks because I should know it. Although, actually, speaking about movies, I got to get around to watching Wolf Creek.
Wolf Creek 1 is really good. The second one,
Isn't that the thing with
okay.
sequels? The Not As Great as the original?
yeah, it was sort of just like the same thing, just different, but it didn't really add anything.
To it.
Yeah. Although I've heard the TV show's pretty good, but I haven't seen that.
I guess we should, kind of wrap it up because, time's
Cool.
running a bit short.
Absolutely.
I guess emotionally I'm spent, so I guess you wrap this up.
Fair enough. All right. Well, thanks for joining in on this somewhat different episode of the Some People podcast.
Well, let's just say it's probably going to be like X, like it would be like experimental with an X.
Yeah,
So it'd be like XE1 or something like that.
maybe.
I'm not sure how that would work.
Yeah, let us know if you guys like this shorter version. And we'll see.
I kind of just realized how we could almost make twice the content in the same amount of time.
We could do that as well.
Because we could like do 2 of these and the time spent it would take us to do 1 episode.
Yes, that is always another option. So yeah.
One thing I love is how we're under time and I'm trying to kind of get it to the 30-minute mark.
So yeah, what do you reckon? Do we do instead of one
Round about
long,
round about 1 hour one.
a 1 hour podcast every fortnight, or do we do 1 30-minute podcast every week or something like that?
I think it's more like kind of just having this to fill in probably when we just don't have the time to really put into making it a full-length episode.
Yeah.
Because I do love this shorter format. Although
sure.
it had to start off on a bummer, didn't it?
It did. But yeah, I guess let us know what you reckon about this shorter format. Leave us a comment, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff.
And
that helps us out.
I was going to say we probably would have the Patreon up and out by the time this comes out, but we've been working on it forever now, so
Maybe.
I'm going to plug it anyway. So if it is up and available, well, if you do feel like supporting us and that, I'll go and do what he said, like subscribe and share the video. But if you feel like supporting us monetarily, go over to the Patreon and that.
Yes. So we are working on it. It's just not
so it may
yet.
or may be not up. It's like Schrodinger's Patreon.
Yeah.
It's both, existent but also non-existent.
Yes. Something like that.
And I guess the only one way is go and see if it's up.
That'll be it. So yeah, look in the show notes. It'll be there.
Yeah.
With the links.
Although we still got to get around to doing BANDCAMP. Although I guess at least it'll be easy because we've got all the episodes done. So I guess we may do a bulk release on BANDCAMP and SoundCloud.
Something like that.
If we've got anything out on that. And we'll probably promote those episodes coming out on those.
Yeah, for sure.
So I guess check out our social medias.
Definitely.
I know we had a Facebook, but then something happened with that. But I know we've got Twitter and Insta, right?
Yep. Twitter and Insta's there. So.
Although it's not as active as I'd like it to be.
Yeah. So, see how we go. All right.
Yeah. I guess now we're going a bit over, so
Cool.
yay. If I tried to fill in the time, we went over.
Anyway, catch you next time.
Yeah, and I guess before we go, I do have to point out that I guess keep an eye out for some more neat, features and that we're going to play around with the next probably full length. That's
sure.
Unless we decide to do another short.
See how we go.
Yeah, so I guess I can't be... I'm just that emotionally drained. I can't be fucked doing my outro.
All good. All right.
Well, pardon my French. That's all I'm going to say.
See ya.